Okay, Thảo, are you good at arts?
Mm. To be honest, um, I'm a not talented artist or something because I don't have a natural talent for drawing, but I can do it quite well because if I focus and spend enough time on it, um, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Do you often visit art galleries or art museums?
Um, Not really often. In fact, I haven't visited an art gallery for about a year now. In the past, I mostly went there with my school because it was a part of our trips. I rarely go by myself because I don't have much free time and I don't really into it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Yes. Do you want to be an artist?
Um, I don't think I want to be an artist. I think being an artist is very difficult because that job requires a lot of patience and um, creativity. I prefer having a more stable job and just enjoying art as a hobby.
Um, what kind of paintings do people in your country like?
Um, I think people in my country will prefer landscape paintings because they are peaceful and more easier to understand. On the other hand, younger people uh not younger people um will like modern or abstract art because it looks very cool and creative.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Um, Yes. So let's see. We have part two. So I will just give you a cue card here. And 1 minute, you need to think. And after that, we're gonna talk about that. Okay? Yes. So I will just this one. Okay. You have 1 minute. Okay. So can you describe a piece of art you like? So you have 2 minutes.
Uh, I'm going to talk about a very famous piece of art that I really like, which is the Mona Lisa. It's was painted by the legendary Italian artist Leonardo Vinci. Um, to be honest, as I mentioned before, I don't visit art galleries very often, so I haven't had a chance to see the original painting at the museum in Paris yet. Um, I first saw it in my history textbook when I was in middle school. Since then, I have seen it many times on the internet, in documentaries, and even on social media because it is so iconic. Um, this paintings shows a portrait of a woman sitting down. He has a very beautiful smile, and her eyes seems to follow you uh, whenever you stand. She wearing a black symbol clothes, and her hands is crossed uh, gently. In the background, there is a distant and blurry landscape. There are a few reasons that why I like this piece of art. First of all, I fascinated by uh the mystery of the lady, and I also impressed by because it is in a symbol of history. Uh, when I look at it, I feel a connection to the past, and it's amazing how a single painting can stay famous for centuries and still make people curious today.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay. So let's move on to part three. Um, Tell me, what do you think? Is art as important as academic subjects when it comes to educating children?
Well, in my opinion, I believe art is just as important as subjects like math or science, but in a different way. While academic subjects teach logic and arts and facts, art develops creativity and imagination. Um, a balanced education should include both to help people grow equally.
Okay. Um, so what are the advantages and disadvantages of art education?
Um, in terms of advantage, uh, encourages students to think outside the box and improve their fine motor skills. And also a great way to reduce academic pressure. Um, about the disadvantages, um, art supplies can be quite expensive. Also, some people think art is so uh, is so unnecessary subject, which might make it hard for students to find high-paying jobs in the future compared to engineering or medicine.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And how has art changed in the last few decades in your country?
Um, in Vietnam, art has changed a lot. In the past, traditional art like calligraphy or silk paintings was very popular. However, nowadays, um, however, uh, young people are more into digital art and street art like graffiti. Technology have definitely made art more accessible to everyone.
Okay. And what benefits can you get from painting as a hobby?
Um, I think um, learning uh, art hobbies can offer many benefits. First, it helps with our concentration because we have to focus on the small details. Second, the arts builds confidence. When we finish a drawing and shows it to our friends or parents, we will feel a great sense of achievement.
Mm, okay. Um, So do you think art classes are necessary and why?
Um, from my perspective, they are necessary. Art classes provide a safe space for students to experiment and be creative without the fear of being wrong. Unlike in a math test, it helps develop the right side of brain, which is often ignored in traditional schools.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that's the end of our test. Yes.